Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I was able to put out a video and didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so I'm going to show you an in-progress build that I've been working on before it's finished because I'm actually really excited. And actually when I started taking photos of this so I could do a build log style series of videos on this, I got a little carried away, and for about a week and a half or so I did a bunch of building and printing, and I forgot to take any photos or video at all. So yeah, so I'm just going to kind of do this format here and show you guys what's been going on. Speaking of, today's video is not sponsored by RatRig, although I do have an upcoming project that is going to be sponsored, and that will come right after this one, as I need this printer in order to print the parts for the next one. So kind of an order of operations kind of deal here. This is RatRig's V-Cast. This is a huge step up from their previous lineup. This uses the 3030 and 3060 extrusion, which is a giant step up from the 2020 and 2040 in all of their previous builds, and something that you'd find in most typical 3D printers on the market today. For the most part, a combination of M5 and M6 bolts are used to secure everything together. The modular mounting style of the Y plate allows for multiple bed sizes to be installed with only one Y carriage. The Y and Z axes use MGN 12 rails, and the X axis uses MGN 15. It was also designed as both a single extruder and IDEX machine, so those of you that like dual extruders, whether they be dual independent or mirrored, this IDEX system, which you'll get if you get a wide body, makes things a little bit easier, are definitely going to be solid with this machine. I've seen a couple prints from a few other people on a Facebook group, and they turn out absolutely amazing. But what's even better than the most rugged printer you've likely ever seen in a while? Well, RatRig worked on this with this guy. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy, I don't remember how to pronounce your name, so rather than butcher it on film, I'm just going to put up your face and a name. Credits to you. You created the Eva Extruder Platform. This modular extruder setup, which is about to enter version 1.4.0, I believe here in probably the next couple weeks, supports BL Touch and proximity bed level sensors, multiple hot ends including the E3D V6 and Volcano, multiple layer fan mounting options, several layer fan duct choices, and 2 cable management options. It's even compatible with the Cartesian, Core XY, and IDEX machines. Overall, RatRig has put some serious effort into this build, and I expect this machine to be able to handle literally anything we throw at it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pan over here in a second, and I'm going to show you the electronics that I'll be putting into this massive thing, and give you an idea what is going to be going on behind the scenes, and show you how I modified my build to be able to support the electronics underneath like I did with my previous AM8 build. So let's hop on over to that and take a look at what I've got. Alrighty, so here we have all the electronics that will be going into this printer in some form or fashion. There are obviously more cables and other things that will have to be used, but this is basically what's going to be going into it. This is an LRS 35012. It is a 12 volt 350 watt Meanwell power supply. Got this from TH3D. This is an absolutely awesome power supply, very low ripple, is very well built, very trustworthy. I definitely recommend these, even though they're around $40 a piece, well worth the money. Yes, this system is going to be based on 12 volt. I am not building a 24 volt system, although I could, but I happen to already have one of these from a previous build that I did that I've repurposed, so we're going to reuse this guy. We have a step-down converter. I'm still unsure if I'm going to use this. I have a few of these left over, and this is literally just a, well, it would be a 12 volt to 5 volt step down, so 5 volt 3 amp in order to run Raspberry Pi. Now this is what I used on the AM8. I may or may not use that. Instead, I think I'm going to opt for these guys. So these are the same thing, but you have the hookup directly to the power supply, and then you have a USB connection. A very easy to maintain. I don't have to hardwire anything if I need to disconnect or change out wiring because I go from a 4 to a 3 in an emergency or something. the USB connection on this is helpful. I have two of them. One of them will be for the Raspberry Pi, and the other one is going to be for the screen here. So I may not even need this. That would be great. We have a SSR, and this is going to be for the gigantic 300 by 300 build plate. So let me show you that real quick while we're on the topic. So that is this giant thing. It is a 4mm thick bed plate. This is what came with the kit. I do have a magnetic spring steel sheet on here. I still have the plastic on it. I will take that off when I'm ready. This is the TH3D EasyFlex 2. Sorry, let me get it in frame there. There you go. This is the EasyFlex 2. And on the back side, I have a 110 volt, 600 watt bed heater sticker. And I forget how much that cost, but it was more than the last one that I bought because I'm having trouble finding sourcing parts here in the US. Now, one thing to note about this is that of this spring steel sheet, one side is PEI. The other side has nothing. Well, with that, I bought the TH3D Easy Matte. And this is going to go on the back side of that spring steel sheet. So one side will be Easy Matte, the other side will be PEI, and it's smooth PEI. So it gives me two different options on the same flex sheet, just in case I need a little bit more build hold. From TH3D, we also have the Easy ABL Pro. This is the smaller 12mm sensor. And they now, if you know what you're doing here, they now come with the blue top on them instead of the red. My AM8 currently has the red top on it. There may have been some other changes. I really didn't ask. But the new ones now ship with a blue top. And this is just the printed control box that's used for that, and this will be going underneath as well. This is a used SSD that I bought off of, sorry, my camera can't follow that, is a used 60GB SSD, and this is what's going to house Octoprint and OctoDash. And everything's going to run off of this, off of the USB 3 port on the Raspberry Pi 4. So, the Raspberry Pi 4 that I have here is actually not the final one. I happen to have a spare here, but I'm going to be ordering, I know it's overkill, it's fine, but I'm going to be ordering the 4GB version just to use it. I could get away with two. My AM8 is currently using the 2GB version and does just fine, but I may be doing more to this machine than meets the eye. Transformers reference, whatever, it was lame. But I'm going to get the 4GB version and put that in here because, like I said, I'm pretty much maxing this thing out. The only thing I'm not maxing out with is I'm using the SKR Mini E3 2.0 mainboard here. And the reason I did this was, well, actually a couple reasons. One, it has integrated drivers, so I don't need extra steppers, extra stepper ICs, extra wiring, all that stuff. And it has a smaller profile because, well, honestly, I need the smaller profile. And my upcoming project I was talking about being sponsored is also going to use that same board. Not physically, obviously, but... and I made this cool little carriage here, which holds both. And the awesome thing about this is I have a very quiet 60mm fan. And what's going to happen is I'm going to have the fan mounted at it like this, and the fan will cool both the Raspberry Pi and the SKR board at the same time. Less fans inside means less noise, means less power draw, etc., etc. So that was also a very conscious design choice, was to be able to stack these like this, and I can use the same design on the new sponsored build. Check it out. See what I'm doing here? You get the theme? All right. So that's basically all the electronics. I do want to mention something about this screen. This took a little bit of effort to try to find. I wanted a 7-inch touchscreen, a capacitive touch, not a resistive, and I wanted something where the connections did not come in through the sides, and that was a big thing for me. It's a lot harder to find than you'd think. I will post the link in the description to where I found this one. But check this out. all the connections are right there on the back. So you have HDMI in, you have power, you have capacitive touch, and if you want to make the connection, you can do a backlight control using this 2-pin JST connector here. And if you want to take a look here at the resolution, this is a 800 by 480. I'm sorry. No, this is the 1024 by 600. My bad. I forgot to look. I've been looking at another series of screens that are smaller, and they're 800 by 480. That'll be for the next build. But this one does have the mounts on the back, which makes it a little bit of a challenge when I'm going to try to mount this. But I do already have a mount pretty much ready to go. I just need to integrate it into the final build and then print the part off, obviously. But yeah, everything comes off the back, so there's nothing in the sides, which means I can have a better clearance side to side. And that was a big thing for me because I don't have a ton of room, and I don't want this thing looking all gaudy and having big fat areas of monster bezels. Cell phones have that problem, so let's not make it a printer problem as well. And also, the smaller screen that I'll be getting for the other build will also be a 3.5-inch screen, again with slim bezels for that exact reason, but that one will have a place where the Raspberry Pi mounts on the back, and we'll get into that when that printer comes around. So basically that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I will try to keep you guys updated as much as possible over the next few weeks. I hope to have this done. I really hope to have this done by Christmas. I have some very large Christmas presents that some family members have wanted me to print off, so the sooner I can get this thing running, the better. Yeah, that's it for now. Hope you guys stick around, enjoy the video. If you'd like to go check out Uncharted Bull and his OctoDash builds, including my nightlies, which are now posted on his GIT hub page as well, I'll set that in the link in the description below. And also check out Paul, or Powell. I said I wouldn't butcher your name. I'm sorry. Your name will also be linked in the description below. He's the one that came up with the EVA extruder. And definitely go check out RatRig. They have a number of very good printers out there. The V-Cast, the V-Core, the V-Origin unfortunately is gone. That was an old original Cartesian, kind of like the AM8, among other things. But yeah, definitely go check out their selection. They make some very good quality stuff. They're based in Lisbon, Portugal, I believe. And yeah, I think that's all of my shout-outs for right now. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.